Hello, everyone. I'm Pellikka, Editor-in-Chief of JASE. Welcome to Author Spotlight for the month of September. Today, I have with me Dr. James Kirkpatrick from University of Washington, and he's the first author of an important new guidelines document, Recommendations for Cardiac Point-of-Care Ultrasound Nomenclature. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you so much, Patty. It's really my pleasure to be here.
Tell me about your interest in point-of-care ultrasound.
It started very early in my cardiology career. I was actually working with Roberto Lang and Kirk Spencer at the University of Chicago, back even before I entered a cardiology fellowship, working on point-of-care ultrasound of the heart, looking at using it in general internists and nurses and a variety of different settings. We published quite a few papers on really the early use of some of the most, I won't say primitive, because I really like those machines, but they were definitely early versions of what we now have, very small machines that can be brought anywhere. Since that time, I've continued to have a lot of interest in this, but working with colleagues from all over the spectrum, emergency medicine and pulmonary critical care, and I've also had a special interest in taking cardiac POCUS overseas, working primarily in Vietnam and training different practitioners to be able to use it and bring it into settings where I think it can be particularly useful.
Fantastic. And you really organized a multidisciplinary writing group with critical care and emergency department and others to write this document. What can our readers expect to find in this document?
Yeah, well, we really did intentionally bring together a multidisciplinary group because we really wanted this to be a document that transcended specialties. And that is a lot of what we're doing. You know, we kind of recognized early on that the nomenclature out there in the literature and in popular usage about cardiac POCUS is really all over the map. There's so many different terms. And this has led to confusion, and it's led to silos, and in some cases competition. I really think that this has held up the field, if you will, in many different ways. And it's understandable how that happened. You know, the use of looking at the heart, using these small machines to look at the heart has developed in different silos, and that actually helped it disseminate. But we felt that this was really the time to come together, to come up with a common set of terms that we could use. And if we did this in a multidisciplinary fashion, including multiple authors from outside of North America, that we could arrive at something that could really help us move forward the field even more. And so in the document, we lay out some of the history and some of the prior terms and some of the justification why we need the document. Then we make our specific recommendations. We generate some practical applications of how this could actually work in clinical settings. And then we look a bit towards the future, talk about how some of the new developments can actually impact and be impacted by this nomenclature.
Fantastic. It sounds like this is really the start of something even bigger.
We certainly hope so. And we intentionally avoided certain things in the document because they're very region specific, such as billing and in some cases credentialing. But really, we're hoping this document, the nomenclature, will be the starting point for many other documents to come out that will actually address these important issues.
How do you think AI is going to transform this field with POCUS?
That is a tremendously important question. I think as many people already know, there's a lot of programs out there that are used with cardiac POCUS devices and other POCUS devices that can help both achieve the right scanning planes, the proper views, and also in some cases offer some help with interpretation. And we really felt that at this point, that should be identified. If you're going to do a cardiac POCUS, you really probably should, that's assisted by AI, you should call it as cardiac POCUS assisted by AI or AI assisted cardiac POCUS to really identify what we're actually doing. But I think this field is going to continue to evolve. And I think particularly there's a lot of excitement in using some of these AI programs in low resource settings that will enable us to really bring the power of cardiac ultrasound to more and more people.
it really is going to democratize cardiac ultrasound and bring it to more people. And it's wonderful that ASE has embraced the technology and is promoting education.
Absolutely. And, this is not technology that belongs to anyone. This is technology that belongs to everyone. And really, the crucial aspect here is how are we going to use it responsibly? How are we going to promote quality? And how are we going to do this in a collaborative way that really puts the patient, not our parochial interests, at the center of everything we do? And we're hoping that this document takes a step in that direction.
Thanks for chairing this important writing group, Jim, and thanks for visiting with me today. I look forward to more contributions from you and your team on this subject.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to share this work.